though, because I'm going to do that during the podcast. It's 9 p.m. where you are. So that means 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So when you wake up tomorrow, you can watch the Animal Crossing thing. Because the Animal Crossing thing is happening tonight. But at the same time, I'm going to be doing a podcast tonight at 11 p.m. my time. I'm going to be a sleepy dude tomorrow. Real quick, just wanted to not remind everybody, but let you guys know that there won't be any stream on Saturday. I have to go out of town for work. So, there you go. That's putting the kibosh on everything awesome. I gotta go out of town for work, I think. You know what? Let me just make sure. I want to look and see what day that is. So I'm just checking my email so that I'm getting things right. It really sucks the day after Mario. And we'll go with my email for work. Yep. October 28th. So I will be out of town on the 28th, which is unhappy. I'm so shiny. I do have to adjust the camera just a little bit. I did shave today, so there's that. There you go. Is that a little bit better? The beard is back. That's correct, Chris. The beard is back. I'm not starting the podcast quite yet because my son's going to be here any minute. He'll come up. I'll tell him to go do his homework, which I shouldn't have to tell him, but oh, here he comes. So my watch just told me there's motion at the front door. No, a cloud didn't come over the window. I adjusted it with my... Like, I can adjust the lighting with my camera. So shiny, not shiny. Hey, dude. What's up? I'm getting ready to, yeah. I'm going to be recording the podcast. Okay? So why don't you go take care of the stuff that you're supposed to. Homework first. Okay, homework first, and then you got to pick up that stuff, okay? You hear me? Yeah. All right, thank you. Can you stop doing that? That's a really irritating thing. Can you shut the door now? No, go get your own water. I need these waters. Well, there's water downstairs. Hey, pay attention. There you go. All right. Let's get ready to record. Let me open up Audacity. Now, Saturday, I did an ad read for Podnuts. Today, I'm going to do an ad read for OP Seat. Okay. Red v Blue, I shaved again today. So that's probably why. All right. Let me get a quick drink. Look at how much water I got left. There's lots downstairs. Thursday is episode 100. That is true. Mario Eve. All right, let me put my headphones over there. Pause my music. And let's record. This episode of Switchcraft is brought to you by patrons like Julian Sharp. Support Switchcraft and my other content for as little as $1 and get exclusive rewards at patreon.com/runjumpstomp. Call that patron. Episode. It also... You know what? I had not turned them down. Thank you for reminding me. Thanks, Kodiak. Oh, here he comes. What's up, buddy? You know, that sign doesn't really do anybody any good if you don't listen to it.
I know, I just want my iPad for Nick, since you're going to be streaming.
All right, get going.
You like my shirt?
I do. Thank you for the host, Moonwolf. All right, next. Episode 99 of Switchcraft is also brought to you by OP Seats. OP Seats makes gaming chairs, but it's more than just gaming chairs. They are incredibly comfortable desk chairs that really feel more like a car seat than a gaming chair. I got one now. They sent it to me. It's fantastic. A little tough to put together, but once you got it together, very, very happy with this chair. And if you want one like it, you can use the coupon code RUNJUMPSIT. That's RUNJUMPSIT for a $10 coupon off your chair. Again, that's opseats.com. Thank you to them for sponsoring the show. All right, let's jump in with feedback. Starting. Oh no! Sponsoring the show. Let's just check and see where this is. That's supposed to be another thing. The show. All right. So delete that last part. Quick reminder, this show is recorded live 3 times a week at 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and also on Saturdays at whatever time the universe allows. Tune in at twitch.tv/runjumpstomp. Thank you to the chatters who have shown up. I see Vaxer is here, Kimbalina66, Aerslia is here, Kodiak, Moonwolf. Scrolling through, Link 31254, we've got Captain Logan, Chris Maz, all the way from Holland, Joey Blaze, who else is here? TF Wagner is here, Red V Blue is here. Thank you so much for showing up and supporting and just hanging out with me while I record these shows. That and, of course, the lurkers that are watching but not typing right now. Lurkers make Twitch go around. So again, that address is twitch.tv/runjumpstomp. Let's jump into the feedback. We're going to start with a review, which I forgot to grab. So let me go into my email real quick. Oh, that's not it. This one is on the Podbean website or the Podbean app. It doesn't say the name of the person, it just shows their image, but they said this podcast is amazing, and I appreciate that. So thank you very much for reviewing the show. We don't have a review on iTunes right now, but if you want to support the show, head on over to iTunes or Apple Podcasts and review the show there. Let me know what you think. 5 stars is preferable. Let's take a look at my email. I got an email. If you want to email me, you can do so at runjumpstomp@gmail.com. This one comes from James. James says, "Hi, Bill. I emailed back in early September while I was still deliberating as to whether or not to buy a Switch. Soon after contacting you, I picked one up, and it may just be my favorite toy yet. That moment where I stood the screen up on the coffee table, handed my wife a Joy-Con, and played split-screen Mario Kart, I was sold. Over the years, I've owned many different cars, including fast Japanese sports cars and exclusive German saloons. I don't know what that means. But the car I missed most in my life is a little 2-seater smart car. It had the most charm, despite its many flaws, small, slow, terrible gearbox, and felt like it would blow over in the wind, and never failed to make me smile. And that's exactly how I feel about the Switch. It's not perfect, but it oozes charm." That's funny. I haven't actually read this yet. For what it's worth, Golf Story and Stardew Valley are the absolute stars for me. Who'd have thought Nintendo's hybrid would become the go-to place for cool indie titles? Keep up the great work. I listen to every show. Cheers, James, London. Thank you so much for emailing James. Again, if you want to email just like James did, I love the comparison that he made to the car. It's not the most powerful thing. It's a little slow, but it oozes charm. I love that. But if you want to email just like James did, use the email address runjumpstomp@gmail.com. You can also tweet at me at runjumpstomp, and you can call and leave a voicemail just like Vincent did. Let me go ahead and bring that up, and we'll listen to it. All right, so that'll be... Hold on. So that's sponsor. File. Save project. No, cancel. File. Save project as. Desktop. SC99. There. And then this is feedback 1. All right. Let me bring up the email. Oh, yeah. Give you guys the show notes. That's right. I'm sorry. Thank you. Although the way you phrase that is weird. Will you give us like for show notes? Anyone with a link? Ooh, no. View. Copy link. There you go. Sorry about that. All right. Where's the email or the voicemail? Download. Audio still okay? All right. Let me solo that track and let's listen to it.
Hey Bill, this is Vincent calling again. Last time I called in, we were talking about genres missing from the Switch, and I spent the weekend playing some board games with friends, Millennium Blade, which if you haven't heard of or played, it's fantastic. A little advertisement there. And it's basically a card game, and I noticed that there weren't a lot of card games for the Switch. And I know Sheppy is a sheep one, and that's the only one really I saw when I was looking into it. So I just wanted to call in and get your opinion on what you think about card games for the Switch. Nintendo's got their Pokemon trading card game online program that, maybe they could port over, or Konami can make a new Yu-Gi-Oh game. I know they're already invested into the Switch with Bomberman. Or even Magic Online or something like that. Anyway, I'm a big fan of card games. I played a lot of them during college and stuff, so I like the card game style games. So, anyway, I just wanted to call and get your opinion on that and see what you think. Thanks. Bye.
All right. There we go. Ooh, let me turn that back down. Thank you very much for calling in, Vincent. If you want to call in like Vincent did, you can call the voicemail at 260-RUN-JUMP. That's 260-786-5867. Card games on the Switch. Well, I think that would work really well if it's not where you play two players together. Playing over the internet, it would really be the best way to play card games on the Switch, just like on any other console. I wouldn't want to share a screen and I don't even really know how that would work. And the Switch is so focused on local multiplayer, I'm afraid that wouldn't happen. However, what would I like to see as far as card games on the Switch? I would love to see Hearthstone. If you've never played it, it's free to play. It's awesome. Pardon me. It's a really great game. and I highly recommend it. You can. There's been many players who have shown that you can get all the way to the top of the ladder without ever having spent any money in Hearthstone. So that's really good. You brought up Magic yourself. I've never played Magic, but I've heard that it's really good. I personally like the idea behind Hearthstone a little bit better, where you only have one type of mana. And then finally, what I think that we should do is Nintendo should make a card game that works with amiibo cards. I think that that would be really cool. You can sit there and play a game with somebody, and then you take your card and you tap it on the screen, and that's your hand that you can play with. I think that that would be really cool. And you know, amiibo don't have to be expensive if they're cards. You know, you could go buy a pack of cards and pick up a whole bunch of cards for not a lot of money. You know, basically the same as a Pokemon card pack now. Anyway, I think that card games on the Switch is a good idea, Vincent. I just don't know if that's something that's going to happen because Nintendo is pushing this whole local multiplayer so much. But I definitely think Hearthstone would do well there, especially the way that they are with lots of Switches out in the wild now. All right, the last place that you can get a hold of me if you want to is join our Discord, runjumpstomp.com/Discord. We have fantastic conversations in there. Right before I went live, people were misbehaving a little bit, posting a bunch of memes in the stories channel, but that's not a big deal. I saw them, and then Kodiak Moonwolf was like, "Let's stop that before Run yells at us." I'm not gonna yell, guys. It's your channel too. Okay, let's hit the news. Lightning round, here are a few sales on the eShop 11/2/17 till 11/2/17. Oh, Captain Logan, that's awesome. 10 to 50% off. I knew that we were going to get a sale on the European eShop, but I don't know about like what games are on sale. You know what I mean? All right, let's hit the news while I wait for an answer there. Well, it came out yesterday that Shin Megami Tensei 5 is going to be a game that is exclusive for the Switch. Previously, Shin Megami Tensei 4 was exclusive to the 3DS, so it seems like, you know, this is Atlas Games is they've always been pretty loyal to Nintendo, and Shin Megami Tensei being an exclusive for the Switch is not a big surprise. That being said, the video that they showed with the reveal trailer, it looks pretty cool. I've personally never played a Shin Megami Tensei game. I've looked at some video of them, and they seem to revolve around your character has to fight demons, and then you have a conversation with a demon to try and get the demon to join your side or your party, almost like Pokemon, but then after you catch a Pokemon, you have to convince it to join you instead of just throw the ball and have it jump in. So that's pretty interesting. You know, we've got a lot to play right now, but, you know, one more exclusive for the Switch. In fact, is this the first third-party exclusive for the Switch? I'm trying to think of another third-party exclusive for the Switch. I can't really think of one, other than maybe a couple of very small indie games. So that's good for Nintendo that we're getting, instead of just Nintendo games as exclusives, some third-party exclusives as well. I think that's a good thing. Hey, Zimzors. Troll and I dropped $19.99. Don't buy it. All right. Animal Crossing is going to have a direct tonight. If you are listening to this on the 24th, then hooray for you. Make sure that you check out the Animal Crossing. Actually, you know, there's a reason why you might want to wait and watch the Animal Crossing thing afterwards. I'm not sure how it's going to go tonight, but I'll talk about that in a second. But this is all about the mobile game. This is for iOS and Android. And I'm really worried about what this game is going to be. This seems like the kind of game that would be perfect for a gacha game. And if you don't know what gacha is, it's Gacha. And gacha games are basically, if you've ever been to the grocery store and seen like the gumball machines where you put in a quarter and you turn the little metal knob on the front of the machine, and then a toy in a little plastic bubble falls down, and then you get that toy out, that's gacha. All right, that's a gacha game, and it's actually after Gashapon, I think, is the where the gacha game comes from, like the phrasing comes from. A very good example of a gacha game that is from Nintendo is Fire Emblem Heroes. I always confuse Warriors and Heroes. It's Fire Emblem Heroes for iOS and Android, and it's one of those games where you basically play the game to earn, I'll say, coins. And then you use the coins to play the gambling part of the game where you're trying to get specific heroes that are locked behind this random chance of getting them. Good news for you, you can also buy the in-game currency with real money. And gacha games are... I hate gacha games, and I'm not interested in gacha games at all. Now, I like Animal Crossing. I had an absolute blast playing Animal Crossing New Leaf. And Animal Crossing New Leaf is a really fun game where I paid $40 and I get the whole game. That's the thing. I get the whole game. So when you play a game like these mobile games where you don't get the whole game, it's just not as fun. And one of the issues for me is Nintendo made this big deal about how they were pushing Mario and saying Mario is you know, Shigeru Miyamoto got up on stage at an Apple press conference, no less, and he said, "We don't like it when you get nickeled and dimed by a game, basically. So we're going to make the Super Mario Run one price and you get everything." And they did that. And they got a lot of pushback. They got a lot of flack. They got a lot of bad reviews on a very good game, because people didn't like the idea that they had to pay for the game outright. You had to pay $10 for this game. And then the next game to come out was Fire Emblem Heroes. And Fire Emblem Heroes, and I don't think for a minute that I think that they changed what they were going to do with Fire Emblem Heroes because of what happened with Mario. I think that they always had this plan all along. But Fire Emblem Heroes came out, and it was a gacha game, which are extremely popular games in Japan. And it almost makes me feel like Nintendo was being a little disingenuous when they said that they like the monetization model where you pay it up front once and you get the whole game. Because then when you come along with Fire Emblem Heroes right afterwards, it just, like I said, it seems disingenuous. And Animal Crossing Mobile Direct is at tonight at 11 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. You know, you can convert it to your time zone on your own. And this all boils down, it's a 15-minute direct, and this all boils down to what kind of game are we going to get? Is this going to be a game where you pay the money and then you have the whole game? That would be awesome. Is it going to be a gacha game, which would be terrible? Or is it going to be a game where, okay, you can play the game for free, and, you know, maybe you want to build, you know, increase the size of your house or something, then you have the option to pay money to make that happen faster, but you can still do it without any, like if you've ever played an Animal Crossing game, let me explain my thoughts. So let's say that I decide to build a park in Animal Crossing, and I say, all right, build it, and I hit the button, and it takes 3 days to build. And I could rush that build so that it's done a couple days faster. That kind of microtransaction is fine with me. But the kind of microtransaction where you're paying real money and you're not guaranteed to get the thing that you want, I don't like that, because that's gambling. And Animal Crossing games are very often aimed at kids. They're fun for people of all ages, I think, but they're aimed at kids. So the idea that this could be a gambling game aimed at kids, I think, is a really risky move for Nintendo. And I really hope that they do the right thing and they don't do that. And they just use, let people either buy the whole game or just pay to speed things along. Those are the only two things that I think are okay. And I am very fearful that that's not what we're going to get for Animal Crossing Mobile. But you know what? We'll find out tonight at, again, 11 p.m. Eastern U.S. time. ACM for Animal Crossing Mobile. The terms gashapon or gachapon refer to a variety of vending machine dispense capsule toys popular. Yeah, that's what I said. Oh, I'm sorry, Captain Logan. But if I knew what they were, I'd follow some Japanese stuff that's involved in gashapon stuff. Gambling is bad. No, TF Wagner, gambling is bad. You're always got the deck stacked against you. The house always wins. There's a reason why that is a phrase that people say. All right. Well, you know what I didn't expect is this morning to wake up and see on Twitter that GameCube was trending. And I was like, oh my God, what has been announced? I was very, very excited. Well, here's what happened. The Switch 4.0.0 firmware update has, maybe accidentally, maybe inadvertently, maybe on purpose, we don't know yet, brought in together compatibility with the GameCube adapter that was made for the Wii U. So for those of you who don't know, the GameCube controllers are very, very popular, especially with competitive Smash players. And so when Smash Wii U came out, Nintendo brought out an adapter. It had two USB cords, which you could plug into your Wii U, and then use those GameCube controllers, up to 4 of them, on Smash for Wii U, which is really cool. I'm not a competitive player, so I don't really care about the GameCube controller being used for Smash, but it's cool nonetheless. Now, we go back in time a little bit, back in June, during, I think it might have been the first big update to the Wii U, or not the Wii U, the Switch's firmware, and the Mayflash GameCube adapter worked, but it would only work with one controller. Well, this is now supporting the original, or not original, but the official, the official controller adapter from Nintendo. We don't know if it's on purpose, and what does it mean? Now, everybody's out there saying this means that Smash is coming. This means that GameCube Virtual Console is coming. Nobody knows if Nintendo did this on purpose or if this is just a leftover from them adding USB support for headphones. We really have no idea. That being said, I hope that this is all about GameCube Virtual Console. I like I said before, I'm not a competitive Smash player, so I really don't care about GameCube controllers for Smash for the Wii U. Now, I keep saying Wii U because it's on the screen, for the Switch, but I really do care about playing Virtual Console titles from the GameCube era. I would love to play Super Mario Sunshine again. I would love to play a lot of games that were on the GameCube that I had a lot of fun with that I don't have access to anymore because I got rid of my GameCube. I know there's collectors out there that are like, why would you do such a thing? Well, you know, when I wanted to get the Wii, I had to trade in order to get the money for it, you know? Anyway, that's what's going on. Here, this is really cool, though. Remember how I told you that the adapter has 2 cords on it? Well, one of them is a black cord and one of them is a white cord. And if you want to use the Wavebird, which is a cordless GameCube controller, you have to use both controls, or both USB cords. However, if you just use the black cords, you can have 2 adapters plugged into your Switch, and therefore have up to 8 players on GameCube controllers, which is really cool. I think that's fantastic. And that would be perfect for a game like Smash for the Wii U, which I think had up to 8 players. So Smash on the Switch, I'm sure, will support up to 8 players, and the Switch supports 8 controllers. So that would make perfect sense for that to work. Now, I've got some bad news for you. These things are really hard to find. When Smash came out on the Wii U, it was really hard to find one of these things, and people were looking all over for them. Right now, I think they're like $40 on Amazon. So I would personally wait. I would not run out and buy one. If you want to buy one, by all means do so, but just, you know, head to my Twitter account, and I tweeted a link which will give me credit for the sale. But I would personally say don't buy one of these yet, because if Nintendo is updating these, I'm updating the firmware to support these, then my guess is that they're going to bring out a Switch branded one later on, and that's really good. Captain Logan in chat says the support doesn't cover analog shoulder buttons, though. And, you know, this is still a work in progress, so maybe we'll get support for analog shoulder buttons down the line. We really don't know. Kodiak Moonwolf says, give me Super Mario Sunshine, and throws money at Nintendo. They're not going to pick it up. Just go get your money again. All right. Blaze8814 says Eternal Darkness is a game that they're looking forward to, so that's awesome. I've never actually played Eternal Darkness, but a lot of people say it's fantastic. Anyway, just to recap, you can use 2 of these on one system, supports up to 8 players, does not support the analog shoulder button, which I still don't understand why Nintendo did not include analog shoulder or analog triggers on the Switch. Kind of drives me crazy. And if you want to buy one of these, they're like $40 on Amazon. They were originally $15. If you wait a little bit, my guess is that Nintendo will bring out Switch branded ones that will cost $15, and hopefully they've got the manufacturing sorted out so they can get enough of these into stores. Let's talk about a game that I played. All right. There we go. So since the last time that I recorded, I played a game called Elliot Quest. And if you don't know what Elliot Quest is, it's a really cool combination of some retro games. I really got the feel of Ghosts and Goblins mixed with Zelda 2, mixed with Kid Icarus. And I have to say that I love the way that this game is presented. I really like the art direction. I think that the art direction is top notch. I love the pixely look to it, the somewhere between 8 and 16-bit look. That kind of thing is always appeals to me as somebody who grew up in that era of games. Let's talk about the good, the bad, and the broken. The good, like I said, the art direction's fantastic. The music is very, very Zelda sounding, and I love it. I really like the way that the music sounded in the game. It felt like I was playing a Zelda game. It felt like I was playing a more modern version of Zelda 2, with little sprinkling of other games in there. I like the way that you can build your character the way that you want. Your character has stats like strength and agility and vitality, and as you level up, so you get experience from fighting and doing things in the game. As you level up, you get points to put into these different things, and maybe you'll put a point into vitality, and that'll give hearts that you pick up the possibility of being worth double instead of worth one. Or you can put points into agility, and it'll allow you to shoot faster. Or put points into strength. It'll allow your shots, you're a bow and arrow kind of dude, and it'll allow your shots to travel farther. But if you put enough points into the strength column, then your shots won't drop off anymore. So instead of your shot having like an arc to it, it'll go in a straight line, which is really cool. I like the way that you can build your character the way that you want. You can also spend money on various items. So as you play the game, you earn gold, and then you can go to a shop and you can buy gold. Or not buy gold, you can buy items with that gold, and the items are useful items, like maybe a potion to heal yourself or a potion to heal your mana. You can also buy things like a candle, which you can use to light torches in the caves or dungeons that you're going through, so that you can see a little bit better. But you know, as you're moving, the torch will slowly burn out and you won't be able to see as far. I really like that. You also can steal boss powers like in a Mega Man game. So I ended up fighting this tornado guy, and I got to steal his tornado power, which was really cool and useful for going back through areas that you'd already been through, be able to traverse terrain that you hadn't been able to traverse before. I feel like the level design had very good variation in it, and overall I really enjoyed the game. The bad, I hate the overworld map. It feels like I'm just randomly searching around for exclamation points. Like I just move my cursor around. It's funny, like they have roads on the game, but you don't have to follow the roads. In fact, there's this one area in the very beginning of the game where you've got like a cliff drop off on the overworld map, and you can just walk right over that cliff drop off, both down and up. And it just doesn't make any sense to me. You also move around, and then once you move your character to the right spot, and it feels totally random, once you move your character to the right spot, a little exclamation point will show up over his head, and you can go into that area and search it out. I would really like it if those places were marked on the overworld map. It would make it a lot better, and I would like it if I was restricted to where I could go based on like these roads, or not being able to just dive off a cliff. It didn't make any sense for me to do that. The text is very, very slow. I was streaming it when I was playing at twitch.tv/runjumpstomp, and I would stop to read chat, and I'd go back and the text would be gone. And so then I would make sure that I'd pay attention to the text when it comes up on the screen, and once I'm done reading it, I would still have to wait like 3 or 4 seconds in order for it to go away. What I would prefer that the developer do is make it so the text just stays on screen as long as I need it to, by letting me hit a button to get rid of it. Don't ever make it go away without me hitting a button, and don't make me look at it without letting me hit a button to get rid of it. One of those two things would be fantastic and a great addition to the game. I really hated how slow the text was. It was almost infuriating. Some of the items that you buy, like the candle, they don't tell you what they do. I mean, it's pretty obvious what a candle does, but another item that I could buy, it was like 200 gold, was a feather, and I had no idea what the feather does. I'm not going to tell you, all right? So figure that out on your own. I'm not going to spoil everything. But it didn't tell me what the feather did, so I bought it, and then I was almost immediately disappointed as to what it did. Don't spend money on the feather unless you find a reason to need it, because I didn't really find a reason to need the feather. Let's see, what is broken? The broken thing in the game is my progress. I am totally stumped. I have no clue where to go next. When I was playing this, I was streaming it. No one in my chat had an idea as to where I could go next. I went everywhere that they tried to suggest and tried to go to these places, and every single time I just came up with nothing. And I hate the idea that I would have to go and look up what to do next. So, maybe your mileage will vary, but it frustrated me enough that I stopped playing and switched what I was streaming. And I never do that. I always stream the same thing all the way up until the end of the stream. And it drove me bananas enough that I was like, no, I'm done with this stream. I'm going to play something else. So anyway, overall, would I recommend Elliot Quest? I would say, yeah, it's a pretty good game. It's not a must-buy by any means, but it's really good. I liked it a lot. So that's my recommendation. Check out Elliot Quest. I don't know how much it is on Switch. Let me check real quick. Well, let's find out how much it is, Joey Blaze, because I didn't pay for it. I got it for free. So I'm on my Switch right now. If somebody can find it before me, that would be wonderful. Oh, you know what? It's not going to tell me how much it is because I already own it. Link says it's $10. Okay. Well, on my Switch, it doesn't say how much it is because I already own the game. But Link31254 in chat says it's $10. He says he thinks it's $10. So I think for $10, it's a pretty good investment. It's not a must-buy, but it's pretty good. And I had fun with it. And I really liked the way that the game overall played. I just got stuck, and I couldn't get past it. All right, let's go to the lightning round. All right, thanks, Link. You're awesome. Astro Bears is on sale for $4. Guys, if you have people to play Astro Bears with, I think you should pick it up for $4. That's awesome. It's really good. I like that game. In proper money, Kodiak Moonwolf says. Hey, Aset, how's it going? We're talking about Nintendo Switch stuff right now, Aset. Hello, Wolkalak. Sorry about your name. We need bagels? I like bagels. Everything bagels or onion bagels are the best. And I had a host a second ago. Oh, that was a set. Thank you for the host a set. I'm just gonna go to the eShop and put in my password real quick because I want to be able to say exactly what's on sale, and that stuff scrolled away. So just let me type those things in real quick, my password in. Don't listen to the clicks of my password. You guys aren't listening to clicks, are you? I typed it wrong. That Steam Link sale was insane, wasn't it? What's the problem that they're having, Arislia? Too many orders? That's not a big surprise. Okay, I've got the games on sale here. I just need to make sure that this doesn't go to sleep. All right. For those of you not familiar with the show, in the lightning round, we go a lot faster than on the other stuff, so I'm going to get through these real quick. Number one, Toys R Us. There's rumors that it is restocking the Super Nintendo Classic on Friday. So if you don't have one and you have Friday off, I suggest that you go wait outside if you want to get one, because that's awesome. And the SNES Classic is really good. I was playing... What game was I playing the other night? I was playing Final Fantasy III the other night. And I had a lot of fun with it. That's a great game. And, I think the next game that I play is going to be Super Metroid, because I had trouble deciding between those two games. I suggest you head on over to Toys R Us on Friday and see if you can pick one up. But if you can't, it's probably going to be okay, because if they're getting restocks, my guess is other people are getting restocks as well. All right. Nintendo has a games on sale section in the eShop right now. The games on sale are Axiom Verge for $17.99. Even if I don't look at anything else in there, Axiom Verge is a steal at twice the price. That game is fantastic, and I love it, and I'm going to get it for the Switch eventually, but not yet, because I already own a copy of it on Steam. Tumblestone, which I think is actually a card game, isn't it? I'm not sure. Tumblestone is $11.99. Astro Bears, we just talked about the price of that, was $3.99, which... If you haven't, I probably only did that with the people who are watching live. Astro Bears is on sale for $3.99. That game is really fun if you've got people to play with. If you play games mostly solo, don't pick up Astro Bears. Butcher is 20% off at $8. Thimbleweed Park, I can't see how much it is because I already own it. Leech Spear is $8. Phantom Trigger is also on sale. I can't tell you how much it is because I already own it. Vaccine, which I have not heard of, is $7. Cave Story is $27. I think that's too much. You can get it much cheaper elsewhere. Graceful Explosion Machine, I own it, so I can't tell you how much that costs. Snake Pass is $9.99. I've heard very good things about that. Shovel Knight's on sale as well for... If you want to just get the original, then it's $8. But if you want to get Treasure Trove, it's more. And I can't see how much because I have Treasure Trove and it won't show me the price. That's something that always drives me crazy, is when you have bought something, show me how much it costs now. Because sometimes I'm talking to somebody about an app or on my phone or a game on the Switch, and they're like, oh, how much is it? And I'm like, you know what? I don't know, because I can't look it up and tell you how much it is. I mean, most of the time games are $60. But when you're talking about all these different indie games, it's tough to tell once you've bought a game how much you paid for it, because it could have been a $5 game. It could have been a $20 game. And I just wish that Nintendo would let me see how much it is. All right. Last story in the lightning round is that tonight, if you're listening to this on the 24th, tonight I am going to be on Nintendo Powercast. That's going to be over at twitch.tv/N64Josh. I will host it on my channel at twitch.tv/RunJumpStomp. I'm going to be joined by people from the Nintendo Pulse podcast, the Nintendo Dads podcast, Hello Nintendo podcast, as well as N64 Josh from the Nintendo Powercast. He's hosting it. And we're going to be talking about the history of 3D Mario games. Now, that's going to be tonight at 11 p.m. on the October 24th, which is exactly the same time that Animal Crossing is doing their big thing. We kind of planned this before that, and then Animal Crossing is stepping on our thunder, which, shaking my fist at them. I don't know. I haven't had a chance to talk to the others about whether or not we're going to delay recording for the Animal Crossing thing. If we do, then we do, and if we don't, then we don't. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about with the history of 3D Mario games, and if you show up live and you watch live, you could win a copy of Mario Odyssey. Courtesy I can't talk. Courtesy of Josh from Nintendo Powercast. So again, that's tonight, October 24th, 11 p.m. Go to twitch.tv/N64Josh, and you're going to see a bunch of different podcasters all about Nintendo stuff talking about Mario and the history of our favorite Mario franchises. We're going to be talking about Super Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, Mario Galaxy 2. So the 3D Mario games. Those are going to be the big focus. All right, last but before we go is the coming soon. This is where I tell you what's coming out before the next episode. So, October 24th, Etrian Odyssey 5 Beyond the Myth DLC 2 is coming to the 3DS. Knights of Azure 2 Bride of the Moon is coming to the Switch. The Switch eShop is getting The Mummy Demastered, This is the Police, Night Terrors, Zombie Gold Rush, and coming to the Wii, the Wii U, and the Switch. That's right, the Wii, the Wii U, and the Switch is Just Dance 2018. On October 26th, 3DS eShop is getting Workle Worlds, which is a weird name, and the Switch is getting a new Neo Geo game, Mutation Nation. Okay, my goodness, that's a lot of games coming out in the next 2 days, but nobody's going to be playing them because Mario is coming out on the 27th. I am so excited for Mario. If you guys did not know, I don't know how this happened, but Thursday is the next time that I will record that. That's on the 26th. Okay, just let me make sure. Yes, the next time that I record this show is on the 26th, and that is the day before the Mario game comes out, and that will be episode 100 for Switchcraft. So I'm pretty excited about that. So what am I going to be doing? I'm going to be streaming Mario on Friday. Now, I have to go out of town for work on Saturday. Curses work. But I'm definitely going to be streaming Mario on Friday, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time, twitch.tv/runjumpstomp. I'll be streaming Mario. So make sure that you come on by. Tell me what you think of Mario. Pop into the live chat and tell me what you think of Mario. All right, let's wrap the show up. Name lightning round. Here we go. Thank you so much for hanging out and listening with me today. That is all the time that we have. If there's a story that I missed or a topic that you would like discussed, let me know. If you're looking for ways to support the show, you can do so by heading on over to runjumpstomp.com/support. There you will find a very easy and free way to support. If you buy things on Amazon, use my Amazon affiliate link, and the Amazon affiliate link will give me some money, and it doesn't cost you anything extra. And you're looking for other ways that are free to support the show, you can give us a review on Apple Podcasts or iTunes. You can just share the show with a friend. You can tweet out the show. Whatever it is that you want to do to support the show, that would be awesome. There's also ways that you can support the show monetarily via the Patreon or the Etsy shop, where you can pick up geek-related fabric goodness that my wife makes. She makes Nintendo Switch dock socks, like Splatoon themed, Donkey Kong stuff, Mario characters themed. Check that out at etsy.com/shop/runjumpstomp. Of course, all those links are available at runjumpstomp.com/support. Real quick, Link31254 is asking, RJS, did I Amazon Mario? I did Amazon Mario. So here's the thing. On Friday, if it doesn't show up on time, I'm going to be mad at Amazon, and it will be the last time that I pre-order a game from Amazon. So we'll see what happens with Mario. If that's the case, I'm not sure what I'll do. I may just buy it on the eShop and return it to Amazon, but I probably won't do that because I share my games with my son, and he's got his own Switch, and then I couldn't share it with him, and then I have to buy the dang thing twice. So if it doesn't show up on time, I've had pretty good luck with the exception of Zelda. Zelda was the only game that I didn't get on time that I think. I could be wrong. I think there might have been one more time. But yeah, Amazon and Nintendo, they have some kind of weird thing going on where they're not getting things on time. And then, Amazon did their nonsense with the treasure trucks, which I've complained about already. All right, anyway, let's finish wrapping it up. Intro music, outro music. Intro music is by Noteblock. Check out their YouTube channel. Outro music is by Tom Winter. Check out his YouTube channel. I'm out of here. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you to everyone in chat for hanging out with me while I record the show. You guys, it just wouldn't be the same without you. I'm out of here, and I'll see you on Thursday for episode 100 on Mario Eve. Bye-bye. Name. Outro. File. Save. And we're done. See you later, Aset. Thanks again for the host. I would also be all digital if I didn't share my Switch games with my son. Thank you, Joey Blaze. I had fun talking about it. I just realized that, oh my god. Add browser source. I didn't have Twitch chat on here. Kodiak Moonwolf says it's the first game you pre-ordered from Amazon. Oh yeah, I mean after I record, I usually. Anyone else notice a strange change in audio quality? I did not switch mics. All I did was add Twitch chat. I turned the music back on. Everything sounds okay, guys? Maybe just refresh Aerslia. That might fix it. Ah, you guys were, where's my iPad? 1 second. Alright, I'm back. Alright, real quick. I finished this during my breakfast and lunch this morning. So yesterday I was I streamed me drawing, and this is, well, actually I'll show you what it looked like yesterday. So I'll shut that off and that off and that off. So this is the drawing yesterday. Can't capture this cat, it says. And then I finished the background today while I was eating. Yeah, I finished it. Stupid light. So there it is right there. So now I gotta think of some more things to draw. Joey Blaze wants to know what I teach. I teach science. Science! I'll post that to the Discord shortly. Thank you, Kimberlina. Thanks, Vaxxer. I think it's an okay job. I'm not happy with it very much, but I know that it's, like, right now it's the top of my skill level. That's as high as I can get right now. I need a lot more practice. Like, I was talking to another streamer yesterday who draws some stuff. And they said that when they were in art school, they were drawing, they had to hand in 50 sketches a week. And I am not... I don't have time for that with the podcast and the stream and my job and my family. Like, all of those things, like, sketching is super fun, but I'll never be great at it. But I really enjoyed streaming it, and 50 sketches a week is insanity to me. I don't think I could ever do that. No. Like, I did an okay job at this, okay? I'm a fantastic teacher. I would love to do drawing, but you have no artistic skills, but you may give it a go. For me, Kodiak Moonwolf, if I put a pencil to paper, it's terrible. I cannot draw pencil on paper because it's too difficult. When you make a mistake, it's really difficult to fix for me. Whereas on my iPad, when I make a mistake, I just do a 2-finger tap on the screen and it undoes what I've just done. And that makes it so much easier. Plus, with layers, you can easily turn things off, like turn off the foreground and put stuff behind things very, very easily. Joey Blaze 88 says, "Is my wife a gamer too?" No, my wife is not a gamer. She has said that if she were to play video games, I would not see her anymore, so she doesn't play them. So she knows that she would get too involved in them, and it's a good thing because nothing would ever get done around here if it weren't for my wife, because I certainly suck. What program am I using? The iPad app that I'm using is called Procreate. Kodiak Moonwolf, I've only got an old iPad too, so it probably won't work. I think that program will work on the iPad, but you won't have as easy a time as I do because I get to use the Apple Pencil, which really makes things easier because it's got pressure sensitivity and stuff like that. But I think that app would work on the iPad too. I'm sure you could check. Like, it'll tell you what the requirements are in the App Store. And I think it's a $10 app. Like, it's not free. But it's the one that I found that I do the best with. And I've downloaded a bunch of drawing apps, and I never found one that I really liked until I got to that one. The thing about Procreate that I really like is... Here, let me open it up. Like, when I'm holding it like this, you can easily, like, manipulate it with your fingers. And I think that makes it really great when I'm working on it. When you're working on something. Because one of the things that I have trouble with in other programs that I've used before is when I'm drawing, like, it's much easier for me to make an arc in this direction than it is to make an arc in this direction. And so whenever I need to make something like a curve the right way, I can just turn the paper to the right direction, and it makes it a lot easier for me. Aset says, I'm off now to dominate some orcs. Have a good night at everyone. Have a good one, Aset. Thanks again for the host and for coming by. Alright. Well, I am going to... Any predictions about what... Super Nintendo, we talked about that at the beginning of the show. I don't know that I have predictions, but I said that my interest is very much going to depend on what kind of game it is. So if it's a gacha game, I'm going to be ticked. I'm going to be super ticked. But we'll find out tonight. What about you? Do you have any predictions, Nintendo? What do you think it's going to be? I'm waiting to find out. The suspense is killing me. Oh, and all this talk about drawing, if you didn't know, like, I do a sketch every month for patrons, and only the patrons get that. So for $1 a month, you can sign up on the Patreon and be part of that group, which is awesome. The suspense is killing me, Nintendo. Are you going to tell us or what? Okay, here he goes. I think it'll be almost an Animal Crossing light. We have things and hooks in that game that connect with the Switch version. That would be cool if they have things to do with the Switch version. But my guess is I'm along the lines with Vaxxer. I think it's going to be Microtransaction City. oh, you want this Mario couch? Then it's, you know, 300 space coins. When you only get the space coins by... See, the thing about... And I wish that I had talked about this in the actual podcast, but the thing about these microtransaction games is they always obfuscate how much money you're spending by having you spend dollars or whatever your currency is to get points, basically. And then they say things like, you know, you get, I don't know, 3,572 points for $5 or something. And then when you go to buy stuff, it's like, well, this is 136 points. And then you're like, I have no idea how much money that is. I can't stand the way that companies obfuscate the money. Oh, thank you. It would be bells, not points. What an idiot I am. I can't stand the way that they obfuscate how much money you're spending in these kind of games. And I almost guarantee that Nintendo is going to do something like that, where you buy... And it won't be that simple, that 1 million bells conversion because then you can easily figure out what it is in your head. But when you are trying to figure out, like, it's going to be some weird numbers, so that you will never know how much money you're spending. You won't know that spending 135 bells on something is like $1, or is like 57 cents or something like that. You won't know that because they've taken it and they've made it too hard for you to do the math in your head. And they do that on purpose. Like, there have been studies that show that as soon as you pay that money, you don't feel like you're spending money anymore. And that's why they research these games, to make them as addictive as possible. Now, I'm not saying that it's Nintendo's fault that somebody is spending $3,000 a month on Fire Emblem Heroes. That's that person's fault. The person is in charge of their own stuff. I just think it's bad game design. That's just how I feel about it. You guys can disagree. Oh, yeah. Nintendad's exactly right. Everything will have a certain amount, so you'll want it. It'll be $11, and there'll only be $10 and $20 worth of bells. So it's going to be a pain. If they're... I hope that I'm wrong, and I hope that they just say that the game does not have microtransactions that involve buying bells, and instead just has microtransactions where when you are playing the game, if you want to rush the development of the park that you built in your town, that will cost real money. And it will just make it go faster so that you don't have to wait. Because I don't mind waiting. That's the thing. I don't mind waiting. And I'm excited for Animal Crossing. I just hope it's awesome. And I also hope that it has hooks that go into the Switch version. That would be really great. The unannounced Switch version. Alright, guys, I am out of here. Thank you for hanging out with me. I'm going to find somebody to host, so stick around. Bye-bye.